What's good? It's been a while. Uh, but today, I'm back, of course. Should have been back a lot sooner. Pretty sure that's a fact. I should have been back a lot sooner than I am now. But now, just be grateful that I'm back. But today, I'm going to look at some NBA stuff. Haven't really been looking into college, but for sure I'm about to talk about NBA for a little bit and my thoughts on the races and stuff. There's of course, MVP, DPOI. Talk about some surprise players so far in the season. Rookie of the year, of course, all that good stuff. So yeah. So I'm gonna just really look at the standings as of right now, give my thoughts on teams and what they've been doing this season. And let's start in the East, man. So we know that the Cavs were on a 15-game win streak until they ran into the defending champion Boston Celtics, who were at one point in that game up 20 at home. NBA Cup, I don't think they cared. They just wanted to give the Cavs their first loss and show them who the real team in the East still is. And, yeah, man. Cavs still look elite, though. But, like I said, bruh, they play a team like the Celtics who, they're not a cakewalk. They really do this. They just won a championship, and they're looking to win it again. So, and they still don't have Porzingis, which is insane to me. But I know Darius Garland that game didn't have his best game. He shot 3 for 21. He shot a tour date. He shot March 21st. If you know, you know. People love talking like people who shoot tour dates and all that. But he's been having Darius Garland has been having a good season. So, but at the same time, when you look at the opponent and the magnitude of that game, it's like, why didn't he show up? We don't know. But he's averaging 20 points, 7 assists on 49% shooting, which is pretty good. He's had some crazy explosive games where he's had like 35 plus, so he's still. But Donovan Mitchell's been the one for them. Evan Mobley's stepping up. I've been talking about him having that offensive leap this year. We know he's one of the best defenders in the league. So it's just good to see him actually getting his shots up. That's all it is for me, in my opinion. He has the talent. I've seen him develop. I know what he's capable of as a fan of him since high school. So it's just good to see him in the league getting his shots up. Of course, Celtics right there at 2 in the East. Knicks picking it up. Cat having a crazy season so far. Yeah, Cat's been playing really good. I know he's allowing a lot of inside buckets because he has to be the rim protector for them as of right now. Because Mitchell Robinson's he's not back, so that's kind of tough on him. He's allowing a lot of baskets at the rim. Magic at 4. No Paolo. This is impressive. Franz just hit that game winner versus the Lakers the other day. He's living up to that contract. Hey, I'm gonna say that. I wasn't one of those people that was hating on him getting that $200 million contract, but at the same time, him and Paolo, one of the best wing duos in the league, in my opinion. People don't really talk about them that much because they are on the Magic, who are a lower market team, and they also share a state with the team, which is the Miami Heat. So the Heat right behind them, 6 and 7. I don't know, 6 and 7, 5th seed. 6. The Bucks are making that comeback. Everyone was scared because they had that bad start, but they've won multiple games in a row. So, and they've been having a good season. I know the Hornets beat them. People are talking about that foul call at the end with LaMelo, but hey, gotta live with it, man. Why is the game that close anyway? When you think about a team like the Hornets, who are currently 10th in the East. So 7, Bulls having a solid season. They've got some good wins. They've kept it close with teams that are better than them. So, and the Pistons. My Pistons are 8. We still somehow can't beat the Hornets, though. Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball combined for, 73 points against us, of course. It's against the Pistons, man. Of course, they got to go crazy. But I feel LaMelo, he got benched in the clutch versus the Nets, which is insane. I don't care if you're shooting 1 for 20. Coach, keep him in the game. Keep me in the game, coach. If I'm your star player, I'm your all-star caliber player, I'm your best player on the team, best playmaker, most flashy player, the one that brings in a lot of the viewers and a lot of the tickets. You got to put me in the game and keep me in the game. So, I respect it, but I don't know. Hawks. Shout out Dyson Daniels, man. Dyson Daniels is really the one. Trae Young had a bounce-back game versus the Bulls, even though they lost. But Dyson Daniels, I want to talk about him. He's been emerging. He's just been emerging. We know his defensive capabilities, and his offensive game is coming around, man. But at the same time, for the Hawks, I think Trae Young out of there. I truly do. Man, skip the Hawks. I didn't talk about the Pistons. For the Pistons, though, we got potential, man. I think we're going to be a play-in team this year. We got the vets. We got the spacing. But the vets are what we really needed. And adding guys like Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr., Tobias Harris, that's good, man. Yeah, bro, Pistons, we looking good, man. Makes my heart happy to see the Pistons win. Hawks, like I said, I think Trae Young's out of there soon. Let Dyson Daniels continue to develop. They still got Jalen Johnson, Clint Capella. They even got Kobe Buffkin off the bench, sleeper. But Hawks, yeah. We'll see after the season or during the season if they decide to do anything with Trae Young. But Hornets 10, I already talked about them. Charles Lee, new coach, new system. Brandon Miller's been coming around. He has had some good games. He's had some crazy games where he's not shooting that efficient, not shooting that well from the field. But he's starting to come around. Year 2 jump. Pacers, they got to figure it out. They just got to figure something out, in my opinion. Like, Halliburton has had a slow start to the season. I don't know what's up with him. And I know if he isn't playing good, they don't really win games. And that's like what it is, bro. If your point guard ain't playing the best, your point guard ain't performing to the level that he can perform, it's tough to win games. Like, it really is. So, point guard is one of the most important positions in the game, if not the most important position. So, yeah. 12, Nets. I don't know if they're tanking. They've been competing. Cam Johnson's one of the bright spots. Cam Thomas, one of the bright spots on that team. And those two been scoring that ball. I know Cam Johnson, he's probably going to be traded because he needs to go back to a team where he can actually contribute to winning like he was when he and Mikal Bridges were with the Suns. So it'll be interesting to see if someone lands him before the trade deadline in February. So that's another interesting look. Why is somebody trying to open my door? Why? I knew this was going to happen. Okay, good. Now I got to Raptors 4-12, but they got some crazy wins. I'm not going to lie. By the way, who they just beat the other day? Who did they just beat the other day? Oh, they beat the Wolves by 5. RJ Barrett went off. He's having a quiet season. Quietly good season. Grady Dick's having a good season. Scotty Barnes being hurt obviously tanks some of that potential. But yeah, bro, we know. Sixers. I don't know what to say. Jeremy King, bright spot on that team. He's averaging in his starts. He's been having a really good season. He's the clear-cut Rookie of the Year favorite. I don't want to hear another name. I know Max, he's out. Embiid seems like he doesn't want to play basketball. And Paul George out again. Another hyperextended knee. Another zesty-looking injury. Go look at the film. But they might be tanking, bro. I'm not going to lie. Because at this point, I don't know what's up with that franchise. We expected good, start off bad, and I don't even know, bro. Like, Embiid seems like he doesn't care about the game enough right now. Doing whatever he can to stay off the court. Even though he had a good 35 point, but like he's becoming a diva. I don't know. To be someone who was just the MVP of the NBA not too long ago, a couple seasons ago. But your health has been something that has plagued you, even going back to when he first got to the league and had that injury. But the thing is, I don't know, bruh. He was just so athletic. He had a different type of bag. He was just so joyful to watch. He gave off that positive energy. He didn't really care about the antics or the analytics or anything. He was just playing basketball. And that's why the process, bro. I was a supporter of the process. And Embiid, Ben Simmons, like Jimmy, they had a good... It's just divas in the league, bro. Jimmy Butler, diva, too. And last but not least, the Wizards. Not much to say about the Wizards. They trash. A lot of young pieces, though, that are still developing. I know Kyle Kuzma's now on the trade block if somebody wants to go get him, because he's another guy who should be playing meaningful and winning basketball and contributing to another team. As well as my boy Jordan Poole. I don't want him to rot. I don't want him to rot in Washington either. So they got some young pieces, though. Koulibaly, Bub, Alex Sarr hasn't had the best start to his season. I didn't even talk about Zach. I'm going to talk about the rookies next after I talk about the Western Conference. So in the West, Warriors, #1 seed. People really wrote the Warriors off because they're like, oh my goodness, Klay Thompson's gone. They didn't trade for a star like Paul George or Larry Markkinen in the offseason. But Steve Kerr coaches winning basketball. They shoot a lot of threes, make a lot of threes. That's how you win in today's game, especially when you got the best shooter on the team in the league of all time on your team is Steph Curry, who's still producing at a high level at 36 years old. And then you add a guy like Buddy Hield, who can shoot the lights off too. So adding him, Kuminga hasn't had that step yet, but they're just playing meaningful and winning ball. Like, this is what happens when you just play team basketball and you do what it takes to win games. So shout out the Warriors. Thunder 12-4. Hartenstein's back. That's big for them because guess who? Chet's out, bruh. Chet's out. He's going to be out for a bit. So having Hartenstein come back sooner than what people probably expected, that void is filled. I know he's not going to stretch the floor like a guy like Chet, but his defensive presence, they're not going to be running a 6'5" center, J-Dub at the center anymore. Like, that ain't going, no. That ain't cutting it. 3 Rockets. Wow. That's insane. Hey, Rockets got a lot of pieces too, bro. Not really much to say about the Rockets, bro. They're putting it all together, bro. And off the bench, you got Amen Thompson and Tari Eason, who are defensive menaces on the wing. So, those two, yes. Those two on defense is crazy. And then I forgot to talk about Asar. I know he's easing back, and I've seen his jumper. It looks a lot better. Shooting coach has been really working with him, trying to get that 3-ball right, and it's looking a lot better. And I'd like to see what we can do when he comes back and where he'll fit with this team that we have right now, because I don't think there's a problem with scoring. We got Cade, who's been putting up a lot of triple-doubles. Got a lot of guys who can score the ball. Malik Beasley's been shooting the lights out since he's been a starter for us, so that's been great. Tobias Harris, I think he's out. But we got a lot of pieces, man. And same thing for the Rockets. Lakers at 10-5. 80 having a great season. Bron still going. At age about to be 40, which is insane to me. Clippers. People underestimate the Clippers too. They like, oh, Paul George, Kawhi's out. Paul George gone. But look, Norman Powell stepped up. Harden's doing what lately Harden has been doing. Nothing crazy. Being a point guard. Zubac stepping up. Crazy they got rid of BJ Boston. But 6 is the Nugs. I don't really have much to say about the Nuggets. They're always a contender. I don't care what happens because they have Nikola Jokic on their team. Adding Westbrook, who's another playmaker. Jamal Murray starting to come around. MPJ, same way. Christian Brown had a leap this year, taking a leap. Filling in for KCP. Suns, they haven't had KD. And you've seen, as you can see by their record, they that's hurting. That's hurting because when KD was there, they were a top 3 seed in the West, and they were winning big games against these good teams in the West. And now that KD's gone, it's kind of iffy to see because not having that guy who's your number one scorer, your number one option, the guy that you can rely on, is kind of tough. And that's the situation. They're still positive by 2 games, but they are now in playoff. If the season were to end today, they'd be in playoff team, play-in team. Grizzlies, what's been up with them, bruh? Like Ja Morant has not been playing. He's been out, and they're still keeping it together without him. Jaren Jack. They got Jalen Wells. They got Zach Edey, Desmond Bane. Like, they still got a good core. So Mavs 10th. Luka plays some defense. Kyrie super efficient. Clay's just people thought Clay was going to be the answer, and he's just not. That's the reality. Luka's going to put up his crazy numbers, but Luka also loses them games on both sides of the ball. He's going to take the last shot, even if Kyrie's having a hot game. He's not going to play defense. We saw what happened against the Jazz, where he just let John Collins hit the game-winning dunk. Like, Luka gotta become more of a team player on both sides. He is an offensive juggernaut. He can score, he can pass, you can do whatever you need for him to do on the offensive side of the ball. But at this rate, I'm not taking him over guys like Tatum. I never have, because guess what? These guys really play defense. A lot of the guys that are considered elite play defense, and Luka is an elite offensive basketball player, which takes up for a lot of his defensive slack. But I don't know, man. He gotta put some effort in on defense. At least put some effort. My goodness. Timberwolves, I trust they'll have a better season as the season progresses. So can't really say much about them. But yeah. Spurs, middle 8-8. Can't really say much about them. Wemby hasn't been having that big of a leap as a lot of us basketball fans expected, but there's not much you can say. Kings 8-8. I don't know, bruh. Kings are just another team that have always been mid to me. They've never exceeded expectations, which is why I've never had faith in the Kings. The Kings have never exceeded expectations, bruh. They just haven't. I don't know what it is. Like, last year would have been their year, but Malik Monk got hurt, which was huge. And even this year, bruh, I don't know. It's just something about the Kings that just irks me. Like, they just never get over the hump, bro. And that's what it is, bro. They got DeMar DeRozan, which is, they like to play a fast style of basketball. And adding DeMar DeRozan, who likes to play half-court basketball, was kind of iffy to me, which is why I didn't really think they were going to be that good. But we'll see as the season goes on. Blazers, sell the team. Shaden Sharp's back though. He's not really had the craziest season. It's kind of tough to gauge when guys who've been hurt. So, Pelicans, they need DeJounte Murray pretty badly. They need Zion Williamson to stop getting hurt pretty badly. They got Brandon Boston Jr. though. That's another bright spot. But they need DeJounte and Zion. CJ McCollum, I don't even think he's in. They don't really have a center. Herb Jones, a lot of their guys are not playing right now. I think Brandon Ingram's out now. It's actually insane about the Pels, bro. They have so much potential when they're healthy, but they just aren't healthy ever. Jazz, sell the team. Get Larry Markin out of there. They're beating the Knicks right now. But get Larry Markkinen gotta go. They're just wasting his time. They're wasting his. He's 27. He's not even having the craziest season. He gotta go. Ship him off to where he can contend. Ship him to Golden State, please. Ship him to where he can contend, please. Just do that for Larry, because Larry has so much potential. He's 27. You can't even say potential. We know what he's capable of. But I feel like now, after he had those couple great seasons, All-Star, Most Improved Player, now he's like, at this point, what am I doing? He signed that contract, bro. He should have went to Golden State. I'm telling you. But yeah, that's my thoughts, bro. As of right now, my contenders are the usuals. Celtics, Thunder, Warriors, yes. Cavs, yes. West, I think a healthy Suns team. Lakers, yes. I don't know about the Rockets. In the East, I feel like a healthy Heat squad, yes. Healthy Heat, yeah, always. Healthy Jimmy Butler, healthy Bam, healthy Terry Rozier. Tyler Herro's been having a great season since he busted the hair. Knicks, yes, they're contenders. Knicks are. Sixers are nowhere near what I expected from them, though. They've tanked this quickly. Now, let's look at the NBA MVP ladder right about now. Because it's been a crazy look. As of yesterday, though, the MVP ladder. Bro, I don't care about this. Oh, my goodness. As of yesterday, 1, Jokic. 2, Tatum. 3, AD. 4, Giannis. Who's the 5th? Who's the 5th? I don't care who the 5th is. It's probably... It might be Donovan Mitchell. But if I had to do it, I'm going Jokic, because he's had let's look at for those who don't keep up with NBA basketball, Jokic has been averaging 30 points per game on 56% shooting, 14 rebounds, and 11.5 assists. That is MVP worthy. I don't care what you say. Now, Anthony Davis, who had an insane start to the year and was the obvious frontrunner. AD is averaging 31, 11, and he's not really the passer, but he's on the defensive end, so that's why he's there. Giannis has been putting up crazy numbers as well, but his team hasn't been that good, but they're making a comeback. Giannis is averaging, I think it's like 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. Elite. He's not even top 3, though. Jason Tatum is averaging 29, 8, and 6 with the best, pound for pound, one of the best records in the league. Top 2 in the East. And then AD, Giannis. That sounds about right. I think Donovan Mitchell has to be 5, though. Because Donovan Mitchell, the thing is, he's not having the craziest season stat-wise, but look what he's doing. Well, look what team he's leading. I don't know. But I don't really have others to think about. Shea hasn't been having the greatest season like that we expect. I don't know, man, but as of right now, I feel like that list is valid. I think Tatum might drop after his game yesterday, but they still won versus the Wizards. But valid. I think Rookie of the Year right now, I think it's gonna be Jerry McCain, Dalton Connect, Jalen Wells is still gonna be there. Ooh, Issa Shea might still be there. But Jerry McCain is clear cut. I think Connect right there. Wells has been having a good season. I didn't know he was actually 6'8". I thought he was like a 6'5" wing. But he's actually really good for them. But rookie, let's talk about McCain. I already talked about him, so it's not really much else to say. But Jerry McCain's been having a crazy season since he's been starting. I know Tyrese Maxey went down. I think he's back. People didn't really understand, but I felt like he would have been a good compliment to Maxey, which he will be. Just let McCain run the 2 at this point, because we see what he can do shooting. He can shoot the ball. He's been shooting 40-something% from 3 on 10 attempts per game, which is insane as a rookie. And, yeah, that's all I have. Don't Connect's been having a crazy upward slope as of late. He had 37 the other night versus the Jazz. I think the other day he had like 18 last game. And he's doing what we know he can do. He can score that thing, hit threes, shoot the ball, space the floor. And that's what's needed, bruh. And, yeah, man. I think that's all I got today. Not really much to say about the NBA. But that's a bar. See how I rhymed. But, yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Hopefully I'm back next week. I'll probably... I'll probably record. I'll be at home, so I'll probably have a better chance of recording there. But, yeah. Appreciate y'all, the support. Shout out my boys. Shout out Gavin. Shout out Matt. These two sat me down the other day and told me to lock in with this podcast stuff, bro. I haven't been on top of it. I know I haven't, so shout out those two. They told me straight up, bro, lock in. They say you're right there, so good to hear that people actually care about what I'm doing and respect and think that I'm doing good work in the community, on this YouTube, whatever, talking about basketball. And yeah, that's all I got today. Thanks. Peace out.